3, 2, 1. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. This is Let's Sit Down and Talk podcast with me, your host, Tom Dunn. Today I have with me Philip Reeses Togg, who is a Conservative MP. He also happens to be the Chief Whip of the Conservatives. And he joins me today to talk all things politics. So welcome to the show. Philip.
It's an absolute pleasure to be here, Thomas. This is my first podcast. I'm not sure really what one is, but my junior ministers informed me that I, as man of the people, should go on a podcast. So I went on this one. Yes.
Now I thought we'd start at the beginning. Your childhood, your upbringing. Can you tell us a little bit about what life was like for young Philip growing up?
I had a normal, bog standard childhood, really. My father was Scottish for his sins, and he became an admiral. My mother was chairman of the board of Amstrad, and I went to a private school for boys in London. Then on to Harrow. Like my granddad, he was friends with Winston Churchill there. You may have heard of him. And after that, after Harrow, I went to Cambridge and studied PPE and met the love of my life, the Princess of Sweden. And it was straight into a career of politics, yes. And as I say, a very normal, everyday British childhood. And, we didn't have it easy.
I'll say, sounds rather like mine in the suburbs of Birmingham.
Well, I forgot to say, we lived in Caen for a while in the late 80s due to the restoration of the family manor. The restoration nearly killed my ma off. Very long-winded it was, Romanians. Anyway, we lived aboard a yacht. She was called the Duchess, and whilst I was above the yacht, we were travelling port to port like gypsies, And aboard the yacht, I read much about the British Empire and the tales of the working classes, and that's why I got into politics, yes.
Again, it sounds rather like my holidays to Rill.
Well, yes, I expect so, minus the weather, of course.
Exactly. Very similar in many ways that I can't name. Now I must ask, Boris Johnson or Jeremy Hunt for PM?
Team Boris for sure. As a member of the ERG and campaign for Leave, but Boris is a man to take us to the promised land, away from the slavers in the European Union, and Boris is a man of his word, Can I just take this?
All right, mate. You've got yourself an interview on Robert Peston, have you? That little eccentric prick. I hope you're fucking prepared, mate. Because if you're not, and you want your fucking bollocks to be where they are right now, you better get it right. Oh, you will. You fucking will, mate. Because if you want a fucking job in the City of London for the next 25 years, as long as I'm fucking breathing the air that I am right now, you will fucking not get a job. You will fucking get this interview spot on. Or you're fucking finished in politics, finished in London, you have to move to fucking Jamaica, you fucking... Get it right, Jeremy. Get it fucking right. See you later, mate. Bye. Well, I'm very sorry about that, problems with the junior minister. It's no trouble. Now your call's over, I've got some quick fire questions I've always wanted to ask politicians to get, truthful answers from. I'm just going to hook you up to a lie detector, and we'll see whether you're telling the truth, okay? All right? Yeah, hook you up now? Yeah, no problem? Good, yeah? Yes, go ahead. No problem at all. Right, folks, I'm just going to stop the live video for a sec. We'll get him hooked up to the lie detector, and then we'll go again and try and get some real answers from him. Okay, see you in a sec. Okay, welcome back to Let's Sit Down and Talk. I've got Philip hooked up to the lie detector now. Let's just make sure that it works. Philip, are you male or female?
Male.
And that's correct. Okay, let's begin. Philip, do you enjoy a bacon sandwich?
Yes, I love a bacon sandwich, you know. Once a week from using the bacon from the pigs on our farm, yes.
That's wonderful, Philip. Have you eaten a Greg's steak bake? I mean, any man of the people would surely have had a Greg's steak bake.
Yes, I love steak, you know. We go to Hawksmoor every Tuesday for Tomahawk Tuesdays, you know, big steaks. We like a big steak. Yeah.
No, Philip, steak bakes from Greg's. Have you had a Greg's steak bake?
No, I've never had one. Who is this Greg? I think I know him. He's a farmer, right?
Well, he's telling the truth. Okay, next one. Jeremy Hunt or Jeremy Cunt?
My right honourable friend Jeremy Hunt is a wonderful man.
Okay, Philip, that's a lie. Grenfell Tower. Care or not care?
Grenfell Tower was a catastrophe, and which is being dealt with great care, and the people are being well looked after.
Ooh, I detect another lie, Mr. Togg. Now here's a simple question for you. Have you ever had sexual thoughts about Margaret Thatcher?
Well, I couldn't possibly. The absurdity of the question is unparalleled.
Now we're getting somewhere. Immigration, a key issue for Brexiteers like yourself. Would you say the UK has benefited from immigration policy?
The UK is surrounded by a giant moat. It's surrounded by water. It's very, very difficult to get into, and we have a progressive immigration policy that has benefited us and deeply and immensely economically and both socially. And you have to be a bloody good swimmer to be able to get into the UK.
That's true, Mr. Togg. Ding, 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 ding. The North. Have you visited the North?
Yes, I believe deeply in the Northern Powerhouse projects.
Mr. Togg.
All right. I don't go outside the M25 ring. I once went to Birmingham over the Watford Gap, and the air tasted different, and I couldn't understand a word that the Brummies were saying. And the Scottish, for instance, I know my dad's Scottish, but they sound foreign to me.
Now, Philip, those are the most truthful words you have spoken all day. Now, finally, Brexit. Mr. Togg, do you believe Brexit will be good for the UK? Mr. Togg, Brexit good or Brexit bad?
Brexit is it's a disaster for the UK. The referendum was won illegally, and now the people who voted for it are dead. And, you know, they're all racist. They want rid of the immigrants, and we can't fucking deliver. You know? All they've done is fucked up the economy, the NHS, and they voted to make us poorer. And I can't even retire to Cairn anymore. Anyone who thinks it's a good idea is being paid by Russians. The Conservative Party is in tatters, and there's nothing anyone can do about it because Jeremy Corbyn is just as fucking shit. The only reason we can't have another referendum is because we'd fucking lose. And if we did, the Tories would face extinction. You know, I'd lose my job. Boris is a bumbling fucking Eton boy. And Rory Stewart was our last great hope and he got shafted. I can't do this anymore. I give up on politics. I never even wanted to be a politician in the first place. I wanted to be a lumberjack. I wanted to be a lumberjack.
Jesus, I think we broke him.
Leaping from tree to tree as they float down the mighty rivers of British Columbia. The larch, the fir, the mighty Scots pine.